The Egyptian government has promised to increase pay and pensions for public servants by 15% in the latest effort to end the continuing protests against the rule of President Hosni Mubarak. But while authorities try to get the country back to normality, there are questions about whether the post-Mubarak era will bring free and fair elections.
The regime wants the centre of Cairo back. But when the soldiers tried to open up one of the government buildings in Tahrir Square, they were blocked. The army kept its promise not to use force. Allowing the protesters to get away with it will stick in the throat of many in the regime. There's no sign their instinct to stamp on dissent has changed. The longer this goes on and the protesters are settling in for a marathon, the greater the danger the regime's strongmen will lose patience. When the protests started 2 weeks ago, the organisers expected to be arrested within 5 minutes, according to Ziad El-Alawi, who's now one of the leaders in Tahrir Square. What about staying here? Do you think that people will continue to come to Tahrir Square to demonstrate?
I believe in people. We believe in the strongness of people. We believe in if the people want anything, they can do it. Even it takes a long time to do.
This might take a long time, do you think?
I think it will take a long time.
The crowds in the square, still very big, still demanding the president's immediate departure, are still paralysing central Cairo. That irritates some Egyptians who say they should be satisfied with Mr. Mubarak's announcement that he won't stand in September's elections.
The majority are not who are in Tahrir today or yesterday. They are not the majority.
What do the majority want?
The majority are happy with what the president said so far on Tuesday, and they want to do it in a proper way.
State TV showed President Mubarak with his cabinet of loyalists. He seems to have persuaded the Americans, his key allies, that there would be chaos if he stepped down before September, and that infuriates the opposition.
We've seen the people standing side by side. We've seen the popular committees, the people's committees at the street, running the streets without any problem at all. So talking about chaos, if this regime stays, that will be the real chaos in this country.
So Mubarak has to go.
Has to go.
It's only sensible for the people here to doubt the regime when it talks about reform, because it has broken so many promises in the past. The big test will be the elections in September. The ruling party has a long history of vote rigging. That's why the people here want to hang on to this piece of ground. Being here gives the protesters leverage. This revolution has its martyrs, but it's incomplete. The regime wants it to stay that way. In 2 weeks, though, the people have changed Egypt, and they're still finding their strength.
The BBC's Jeremy Bowen reporting there.